Hi everyone, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you find something that you like. So today I have a Flosstube Extra. So what that is, it's a video outside of my normal routine, outside my normal floss tubes, and just it's going to be me talking about what I have going on for 2024. I'm going to show a mini whip parade. I'm going to be doing the 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve, so I want to show what I'm going to be working on. So that's that mini whip parade that I talked about. And then I also have Wipgo, and then I have a small Wipgo that I'm going to be doing as well that I want to talk with you guys. So just lots of things going on, and just wanted to dedicate its own video to it so that way it's not just kind of all over. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up, I am going to be doing on New Year's Eve on December 31st, 12 by 12. What 12 by 12 is that Pam from Just Keep Stitching and Kia from Kia B created this, and it's on New Year's Eve. You do 12 projects for 12 hours. So you work on one project each hour. And so what I am doing, and I am doing 12 whips. So just trying to condense down my whip pile going into 2024. And so I didn't want to do any new starts because I don't want to do so many of the new starts. There are people that do 12 new starts. I'm just doing my 12 whips. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what these 12 whips are. So I got my little bag right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull out what I'm going to be working on New Year's Eve. So this first bag is a bag that I made. I do not remember what kind of fabric it is, but it's just a little project bag. My first project bag I ever made. And then inside of it, I have here the book Feminist Cross Stitch by Stepahnie Rohr. And what I am working on is her Safe Space cross stitch. I already completed it in this style. I already completed it in this style, and that is actually right here that I can show. So I completed this a couple months ago, and I decided I wanted to do a gradient type of version of it. So this is what I'm going to be working on New Year's Eve. So this is my gradient version. So I don't have a whole, it's a very quick stitch. So I don't have a whole lot to do. I can get a lot done within the hour, I think. So I just gotta round out the border and then stitch space. I don't think it's gonna take me that long to do. But one of these is going to be for my friend. And once it's done, I just have to finish it and gift it to them. So that is Safe Space by Stepahnie Rohr. I'm going to be working on that on hour 1. Next up, we have Mewoica. And this I bought Cross Stitch Wonders on Etsy, and I don't, created by Marcia Manning. This is what it looks like. And this is where I am at on it. So I gotta finish the M, sunglasses, and the ears. So not a whole lot left to do. I'm hoping that on New Year's Eve I can get done the M and then some of the sunglasses. That's what I'm hoping for. That was Mewoica. And when we work on that one, hour 2. Hour 3, we have a strawberry June calendar crate. I'm calling it Strawberry Fields, but it's by Stitching with the Housewives. And then this is where I'm at on it. Can you guys see that all right? I hope you can see that. So that's where I'm at on it. I still have all of the strawberries to do on top here. This actually just got pulled for my Wipgo for this month, so this will actually get some progress this in January. But I just got the little house going in the truck right now. Just got that little bottom half going. So I'm hoping at least to kind of get started on some strawberries for New Year's Eve, and then for Wipgo, hopefully get this close to a finish, or as close to a finish as possible. And that is strawberry, sorry, it is Calendar Crates June by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm calling it Strawberry Fields because that's what it says on there. All right, next up we have here, if I can get it out, this is Trick or Treat Ghost. This was supposed to be a test stitch that I was doing for Mistress of the Seams, but I did not get done in time, so it became a whip, unfortunately. But this is what it's supposed to look like. And then this is where I'm at. So this is on fabric that I dyed myself. I believe this is a 14 count fabric, if I'm not mistaken. And I just dyed it just a regular Rit dye green color, and it turned out this neon color, and I love it. It's coming out more washed out on camera, but it's very pretty otherwise. But anyway, so I'm hoping that to, on New Year's Eve, at least fill him in, get him all filled in. That's what I'm going to be working on, because that's just going to be something really easy for me to do while I'm just sitting around, not really doing much. Maybe, you know, life goes on when you're doing the 12 by 12, so other distractions happen. I still have to, you know, be a mother. I still have to cook. I still have to, you know, clean if a mess gets made and stuff like that. So there's still lots of things going on besides just my 12 by 12. So this will be a nice, easy one for me to do. All right, next up we have here, this is Pinwheel Gnome. Also got it Cross Stitch Wonders on Etsy, and it is also adapted by Marcia Manning. And then this is where I am at. Okay. So I am hoping to go ahead and probably stitch up the hat. That's what I'm probably going to end up doing. This is just a 14 count of Aida fabric using called for DMC. So what I'm going to just do is just probably going to stitch up the hat. Depending on how it goes though, the beard does come down here, and that is just mainly a huge chunk of white. So depending on how I'm doing, might just go ahead and just stitch that, because that's just easy fill in too. So we'll see. All right. All right, next up we have here, this is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. This is what it looks like. Lots of people were starting this back in June for a StitchCon start. I did not go to StitchCon, but I decided I wanted to do this as well for a start. So I hopped in on the sale that they were doing a Away We Ride StitchCon style. And the museum stitcher is doing it. And then I believe there's some other people. I will tag some other people. I don't want to say the names wrong, or people who are doing it who aren't doing it, but I do know for sure the museum stitcher is doing it. So I'll tag some other people below who are doing it. But anyway, here is where I am at on mine. So you might notice that last time you saw this was not in a Q-snap, it was in a hoop. And I decided that I was going to move this to a Q-snap because the tension on the fabric is very loose and I needed something to make it very stiff. And this was my only choice besides just completely doing new fabric. And I did not want to do that. This is stitched on 30 count Confederate gray by Weeks Dye Works. I know. However, I did not know at the time when I bought it. However, I digress. So this is my little sad start. This got 2 stitching days, and like I said, the fibers are just really loose in this linen that I can't stitch in hand on it. I have to put it in a hoop or a Q-snap. Hoop was not working for me, so I switched it to a Q-snap actually just yesterday, and I put in a few stitches. Literally these little 2 stitches right here that you see, I put those in yesterday and decided that this was fine for me. So anyway, this is going to be our, what are we on, 6, I believe, for my 12 by 12. And again, I already told you the fabric, but I am using the called for DMC for that. Okay, up next, oh, I'm throwing stuff out of my bag. Okay, we have Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. Colorado Cross Stitch, I believe, did this as a sal that I jumped in on. And over on Instagram, I posted about it when I hopped in on it, so you can go follow me on Instagram. All my socials are going to be linked down below if you wanted to go ahead and follow me on any of that. They're also linked in the beginning of the video. Sidebar. However, this is where I'm at on the Autumn Quaker. So not a very far start. I'm hoping to get done some in this motif right here, this little guy, and I am using Fallen Leaves by Classic Colorworks as my color. And then my fabric choice is a 28 count Lugana mushroom. And so that is Autumn Quaker for hour 7. Next up, we got here. Okay, this is out of the 2022 Christmas Ornaments Just Cross Stitch edition. And what I'm going to be working on is Christmas Spirits, covering up the pattern here by Top Knot Stitcher. That's what it's going to look like. And then this is where I'm at. So this got just the tiniest bit of stitching outside of when I started it. So I started this as a vacation stitch. My family went to Frankenmuth, Michigan over the weekend of Halloween. So it's a very Christmas-esque place, and we went over Halloween. So I figured what better way to represent 2 things in one by this stitch. So you got your ghost for Halloween, and then you got your Christmassy for your spirits. So I just thought it was just too cute. So I stitched on this twice, 2 days of stitching when we were in vacation, and then once outside of vacation. So not a whole lot of stitching. So I'm hoping to at least round him out and maybe get started on the cups that are in the middle in my hour. Hold on, I gotta do some counting real quick. Let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we are good. I thought I had one more. I thought I had 13 instead of 12, and I'm like, where's the 13 coming from? Okay. Next, okay, this one is Autumn on the Farm by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I started this as a birthday start on my birthday weekend of back in October. And I have not done anything outside of my birthday weekend. So this is how far I got. So I am hoping to get something done with the sunflower. That's my goal. Just kind of working on this just the tiniest bit. Maybe if I'm, you know, filling up to it, maybe do some fill-in over here. And then I still have ways to go on the grass. So I still have lots of options that I can do with this one. And I'm stitching this one with the called for thread, all of the called for thread. And then this is on a 25 count Lugana mushroom. Moving along, we have the Yule Sow hosted by Witches Garden Crafts over on Facebook. What they released as part of their stitching, their stitch along. And so this is where I'm at. I am hoping to finish up this motif. Finish that motif for for the hour. There's just some candles that go in there, and then this is on my Wipgo as well. So most of these, almost all of these I should say, are on my Wipgo to either get done or to get 500 stitches in, which I will go over more later, but you will be seeing these again more throughout the year. But just for that hour, that's what my progress is. This next one is from the book Creepy Cross Stitch by Lindsay Swearington. And I have to find it here, but it is called Trick or Treat. And then I am stitching this on a 14 count purple dyed fabric that I dyed myself. This is where I'm at. So, and this is just very little what I have here. So my goal for this is just to kind of come down this way and kind of work on the border a little bit. Not much to get done there. And then last but not least, we have Cat in the Jack by Stitching with the Housewives. And I am stitching this with just stash colors from my thread floss conversion, and then this is stitched on a 14 count Aida. And then I'm hoping to either get a pumpkin done over here or to get some of the body done. It possibly might be 11 o'clock when I start this one, so I'm probably not going to make it very far for the last couple of them. All right, that was my 12 by 12 in a little mini whip parade. Let me go ahead and clean this up real quick, and then I'll be right back with you guys to go over my Wipgo. All right, so in this section, I'm going to be talking about my Wipgo and then my plans for 2024. So this is my first year doing Wipgo. I am super excited, but super nervous as well. I am the type of person that tends to fall off of things like this. So I'm really hoping that with it just being whips and something that I could just grab and just work on, that I can not only get my whips down, but just create less stress for myself that, oh, I have something planned. Let me go ahead and just grab it, work on it, and then just call it a day for that. None of my Wipgo I have like set things on. Like there are obviously some things that I have very close to a finish, as you saw, that I would like to finish. But most of my stuff is just putting progress in it. There are some that I would like to do 500 stitches, which I think that is very manageable throughout a month, considering in a sitting I typically do 2 to 250 stitches. So 2-3 sitting stitches and I can just get that done. So I'm very excited and very looking forward to Wipgo. So I had mentioned that I have 2 Wipgo boards. So I have my regular Wipgo just for my whips. And then I have a small Wipgo. So someone who I follow over on Instagram, Chinook Crafter, she had mentioned that she was doing this, and I'm like, that's such a great idea. Can I jump in on that too? And she said, yeah, let's get those smalls, finished. So that's what I'm doing. So my small Wipgo is 25 small pieces, and I put them all in a little chart here, and the free space is buy supplies for a new start. That is also a small, and I will post more about this on Instagram as the months go by and what I'm starting. I will also put a general post on Instagram for my small Wipgo in my Wipgo board as well, so be sure that you're following me over on there. But yeah, this month my Wipgo is 9 and 22, so that is actually a restart for me. And then, like I said, I'm doing that June calendar crate, so I'm very excited that those are getting in some love. And then for my new ones, my 9 and 22 for my small is Sunflower Ride by Stitching with the Housewives. So I'll put in a photo here of what that looks like. And then the Witchy Stitcher, the Mayor, and I'm really excited about this one. My little toddler is super excited that I'm going to be stitching that too. Another thing that I'm going to start on New Year's Day on the 1st is the Checkers Quilt-A-Long hosted by Mojave Farms. I will link their Quilt-A-Long page down below for you to sign up, but it just requires 2 fabrics, as you can see. I am using a Beautiful Day fabric by Corey Yoder for Coriander Quilts, and then a Bella Solid Betty Pink. Also more about that on my Instagram as the weeks come by. And then a big thing that I'm going to be starting next year is my Houses on Pumpkin Lane charts. So Houses on Pumpkin Lane is a series by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. And it's a 9-part series. These are just 2 of the charts, but it's a 9-part series. And Fat Quarter Shop is hosting a stitch along starting on January 25th. And about around that time each month is when you're stitched the first and continuance house after that. So the first house is the Pumpkin House, which I am super excited to stitch that. So it also comes with a free border pattern, and this is on their website as well. So on the close to the 1st or on the 1st, I'm going to go ahead and try to stitch the border. I'm using the called for DMC, and then I am stitching this on a 18 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And that's what that looks like. Okay. So I wanted to showcase that because that's going to be something that you're going to see on every of my YouTube video, hopefully. If they're doing it in 9 months, I'm giving me some leeway, and I'm going to do mine in 12 months. So by the last day of the year is when I plan on putting in the last stitch or being done with it by then. So I'm giving me 3 extra months to complete this by. So I'm pretty sure I can do it if I stick to it every month. And then I am going to be starting a new new start, which is going to be Fracture Flowers by Kathy Barrick. This is what it looks like. I saw this on a YouTube video that I think it was her and Liz Matthews did together. And I'm like, yep, have to do it, have to buy it. I just love this so much. I love the colors. I'm using the called for DMC, and I am stitching this on a 32 count Casual Cream and Sugar. So again, this is one that I'm hoping to get a lot of work done in the upcoming year. Because this is my new year, new start. I decided to do a like sampler-ish type pattern, but not so much as a traditional style sampler, because that's not really my style. So I wanted something a little more my style, and I found this, and I'm like, yep, that's perfect. And then I am doing a new, a full moon start. So on the full moon, I'm going to be stitching up each month. Sorry, I was trying to find it. I cannot find it here on my desk. But on the full moon, starting in January, each month thereafter, I'm going to be stitching Like a Moth to a Flame by Sprouting Lupine. And here's a photo of it. And I'm going to stitch that on just on the full moon every month. I'm not going to just that. I wanted to do a full moon start, full moon stitch, so I figured that was going to be the easiest one. And it's just so pretty and I love it. So I'm hoping to see what kind of progress I can get done only doing it once a month. That's really something exciting to me. All right. And then I'm hoping to keep up with my monthly weigh-ins by stitching with the Housewives. They're going through, I believe, until August. So I have only stitched the October and September one right now. I've stitched a little bit of December. Did not stitch on the November, and I'm not stitching probably January. I'm probably just going to move right to February. I know I had said in my last video I was going to probably do January, but with January literally just next week, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to skip right to February, decorate for Valentine's Day, and just call it a day. But I'm hoping that throughout the year I can continue to keep up with some of them and them not going into my whip pile. That's my goal. And then on the first of each month, I'm going to do a new month, new start. That's going to be a small start, probably around anywhere between 80 by 80 stitches, something small-ish. So that way I can complete in just a couple days or something like that. Just kind of keep my hands busy while I'm working, essentially. And then I had created a little diagram, just a little like checklist basically. And when I find myself bored, I'm going to roll a dice and I'm going to do what pops up on it. So this is what the list is right now. And so I have 12 things on it, and when I'm bored, I'm going to roll a 12-sided dice and just do whatever pops up on it when I'm bored. And so this will hopefully help me get some of my, not only my whips down, but also maybe some like fun things, because I have like Star Quilt on here, I have Star New Cross Stitch on here, I have Clean My Office, you know, just whatever. If I find myself bored, I'm just going to do. So that's what I have for that. And then my last but not least is make a dent in my abandoned quilt alongs that I did in the past couple years. So back in 2022, I jumped on a bunch of quilt alongs and I did not finish any of them. And it's kind of the same thing happened for 2023 too. I had all these plans that I was going to do all these quilts and everything, and then I got a quilting bug for the first 2 months, and then I did not sew a thing for probably 7 months in 2023. So that's what I want to not do going into 2024. I want to continue to sew. I want to continue to quilt. I actually have a quilt on my machine right now that I need to get done in the next 2 days. So I'm really trying to make a dent in things. So those are my 2024 plans. And then I also showed a mini whip parade and my 12 by 12 Are you guys doing 12 by 12? This is my first year doing it. I'm so excited to do it. I don't know what to expect. Like, I kind of know what to expect, but like I don't at the same time. Because like I said, life goes on around it. So are you guys doing 12 by 12 for 2024? Are you doing this, new start for 2024? Tell me what your plans are. I'm really excited to hear what everyone's doing. And if you have a video on it, tag me in the video. I would love to see your video on if you're doing 12 by 12 or Wipgo or any of your New Year plans. So let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you think of the video. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.